Good morning, it's Liz. How are you this morning? I'm just making sure I'm live. I am! Hurrah, hurrah! So, how is everyone this morning? It started off as a really miserable morning here. I think it's going to be okay. I think we're going to have a brightening up day. So, yeah. I am using some Stampin' Up products today and some not Stampin' Up products today because I am no longer a Stampin' Up demo. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I love Stampin' Up products and I will be signing up again, but I'm going to just take a beat, pause, and, you know, just chill for a bit before I sign up again. However, a couple of things that I have seen, because I am on a few people's mailing lists. If you earned bonus days vouchers in July, you can use those from now until... Now, please listen to me. The 30th, not the 31st, the 30th of August, there apparently was a glitch and it should have been the 31st, but it's the 30th. Certainly in Europe, I think North America may be different, but I don't know. I'm not seeing any chat, but then it looks like nobody's signed in. So let's just have a quick check on that. So, yes, anything else I need to say? Oh, DSP sale today, starts today for the rest of the month. Just checking to see if I am properly live. It's not showing on my feed, but I hope I'm here. Anyway, I'm going to kind of keep going and hope for the best, which is a little scary. I'm just going to try one more thing. Let's go there and see what happens. Let's turn the volume down. Hello, Mary. Mary, you're here! You're here! You're on my phone and on my screen. Hurrah, hurrah. So that's all good. So, yes, DSP sale starts today. I don't know because I don't have the details, but it's most, if not all, of the annual catalogue papers, and I believe they're 15% off. So if you combine that with a bonus day voucher, woo! One bonus day voucher covers most, if not all, of your shipping if you're in Europe. But it doesn't cover all your shipping, but it covers most of it. So it's like getting free shipping. Okay, so I am going to flip the camera down and show you the goodies that I have treated myself to that are not Stampin' Up. It's going to be interesting to see how many people join when I've got Altenew in the title rather than just Stampin' Up. Let's have a look. Okay, so I've got a big pile of Stampin' Up ink pads here because I love them. So this is the Altenew Cat Life stamp set. The cards I'm going to show you, you can use as basic layouts for a whole load of things. But I loved this set. We have 3 cats. There's 3 cats. So it just spoke to me. The sentiments are just for you. Hope you have a perfect day. You are perfect just the way you are. Always thinking about you, my friend. You are meow-tastic and missing you. There's 3 cats. There's a stretching cat. There's a back of a cat. There's a little cute cat. And there's this cat rolling on its back. There's also a dragonfly and a mouse and a ball of wool with various other bits that you can add along the way. Hello, Kay! From North America, I'm thinking. So the thing with Altenew stamp sets, which is sort of similar to Stampin' Up because we do get samples in or ideas in the catalogue. On the inside, they have a layering guide with the colours of inks that they've used. Obviously, I'm using Stampin' Up colours, but it gives you a good idea of how to build your stamps up. Then they give you 4 page layouts, which I will be using. So I will be using these page layouts as my inspiration for putting it all together. This is the back, well, sort of inside of the back. and it tells you how to look after everything, which is really easy. I bought the matching stamp set, die set, which die cuts all of the images, so all of the cats, the mouse, the ball of wool, and the dragonfly. So we'll see how those work. But I am going to be using lots of Stampin' Up products, so don't feel like this is not Stampin' Up. The first card that I'm going to make is this one. Hope you have a perfect day, which needs 2 steps to do it. So I'm going to start with Lemon Lolly for the yellow at the bottom. Oh, there's 5 viewers, but only 2 people commenting. So this is my Lemon Lolly blender brush, blending brush, whatever we're calling it. And I'm just going to go over, I've got a piece of low tack tape at the top here, which I will be moving, obviously, to do the plaid. So how is everyone? In August, we've got the Olympics going on. I have to say I'm really pleased that Great Britain is doing remarkably well. We're in 5th place, which, bearing in mind we're quite a small nation, or in fact 4 small nations. Hello Patricia, good evening, therefore you must be in the South Pacific. Don't you love how I can tell these things? Oh, and there's 2 new kits. Oh, one of them, if you're into Halloween, I mean I'm not particularly, but I'm sorely tempted. There's a Halloween house, like a haunted house. It's so cute. And you can put a light inside it. Please, not a naked flame, but you can get those LED candles, which would be perfect in there. It's so cute. I'm just hoping that they bring out a Christmas version. So for those of you in the UK, I am still listing stuff on my D-Stash site. I will add the link to the information in the description bar below this video. So if you want any of that stuff, please feel free. Dare I say, it might include some current product, because now I'm not a demo, I can de-stash current product. So yeah, I'm not getting rid of everything because I have some favourite stamp sets which will stay. Right, so that is my Lemon Lolly. Let's put my brush back. So it's a very subtle little lemon, and then if I pull this up gently, you can see that lovely straight line. You ordered it today, did you, Patricia? Well done. Now I'm just going to pop this back onto, in fact let's do this slightly easier. I'm going to bring it further down because if I line it up with dots on my grid paper, I can then move it. There we go. So yes, we started today with quite heavy rain, which is quite good because I did some planting yesterday, and it's always better to allow things a gentle watering. I mean, I do a full water and then a gentle watering to establish new plants. If you follow my stories, either on Instagram or Facebook, you will see that in trying to plant some plants, I found rather a lot of lumps of rock. I think that's all I can call them. So I'm using the plaid for this. I don't have any stamp set that looks like that, so I'm going to use the plaid. And I'm wondering, can I do it on an angle? I can do it on a bit of an angle. Is that going to be annoying? No, I think that's okay. Yeah, it's going to be quite, I might just go straight. Although crooked is better than straight in my world, because then it's obviously crooked. Will it go that way? Let's Excuse me while I just turn it upside down so I can see what on earth I'm doing. It'll go that way, so that's probably easier. I'm using basic beige. I don't want anything too dark on my background, so I'm using basic beige. So I'm just going to ink up my basic beige, my plaid stamp with basic beige. And 24 degrees, maybe rain and thunder in the evening. Yeah, you're getting our weather a little later than we're getting it, I think, Mary. We didn't have any thunder last night, but we did have definite rain overnight. So I'm going to push that. I'm going to stand on my toes. Fingers crossed. Yay! So there we have a background. I'll leave that to one side to clean because it's huge. And then if we remove that, you've got that nice defined line between the two. I'm going to do all my backgrounds, then I'm going to do all my stamping, my cats, and then I'm going to put them all together, just so you know. Right, so the next background, which is this one, I'm going to do with a, retired embossing folder. Grab it. I can't even tell you what it's called. I think it's Falling Leaves, but it's, well, I'll show you fully when I've gone through the thing. I think it's Falling Leaves, but anything that's got a diagonal would work nicely. It is a 3D embossing folder, I think. Feels like a 3D embossing folder. Hello, Bee! No rain for you. Oh, okay. I think it might be coming then. We're supposed to be having a getting better sort of day. I mean, the slugs and the snails are having a field day. Let it be said. Because it's that sort of a day. So, there we go. Can you see that? Yay, if I put it at the right angle, you can. So it's let's find something darker. That's a bit better. So it's diagonal Falling Leaves. So I just put it so that I can have them falling. So that's that one. That's that background. So that's those two. So then we need this. Ooh, what was I going to use for that? Oh. Okay, I've got an idea. Maybe what I can use for that. Anyway, we'll come back to that one. So this is the next one, and I did prep it. Oh yes, there it is. So this is very similar. This is the same basic idea as the first one. That is so not straight. So not straight. Okay, we'll be trying that again. That's better. And I'm going to go early espresso. I know, it's so dark. So hubby is out this morning playing recorders. He is really quite good. He's got, I want to say 5 recorders, as in the instrument. Oops, something's happened on my watch. So are you following my, oh, and B, thank you very much. Are you following my, there's a bit of something on there that's causing a thing, a definite thing. My 100 squats for August. So I'm raising money for Cancer Research UK, which is a generic cancer charity, rather than I do a lot of work for, or a lot of sponsorship for breast cancer, because I am a breast cancer survivor. But I'm doing Cancer Research UK because it's a fitness one. So it's 100 squats a day in August. Obviously I've just done day 5 yesterday. Should have filmed the squats before I decided to try and dig out half a rockery, which I didn't know was in my flower bed. It took about 2 hours to dig this stuff out. What I wanted to do was plant one plant that was in a pot about that across. It does explain why some of my plants haven't been doing very well, because there wasn't any soil beneath them. So I ended up replanting about 4 plants. So you could use a sponge dauber for this. You can use all sorts of things for blending. I do like a blending brush. You could, if you wanted, just use straight to paper. So just take your stamp set and straight to paper. So that's that one. So the only one, oh, that's a nice straight line. The only one I've got left to do is the one that I haven't prepped for, but I've got an idea, so it's fine. Oh, interesting, Mary. So you don't always see everything that gets posted. Okay. Oh, suddenly quite warm. It's one of those really muggy days. Right, I just want to grab some paper for my last. So I've got the Country Woods paper for my last card base or background. Let's use that. So it's landscape rather than portrait. Let's pop these away for the moment, or out of the way. So if you don't like the look of torn paper, look away now. So just to remind you of the suggestion, so this is the suggestion they've got, and I'm thinking this looks like torn paper. So that's what I'm going to do. So let's have a look at the small pieces that I've got. Yeah, that should do. Oh, hang on, I've got some more in here. No, those are too small. Okay, we'll do with these. Right. So, this one I can use for 2 pieces. So what happens when you tear paper is, depending on which direction you tear it, that's where your white edge will be. So this, I want to use both sides, so this is perfect. So if I tear towards me, I will get a white edge on the left side. And if I tear away from me, I get a white edge on the right side. But obviously if I'm doing the same piece and I want both pieces, I don't need the whole piece. I might do the whole piece though, because then I've got a choice of torn bit. So I've got a piece there and a piece there, both with a white edge. Don't need all of this. I'm just going to cut this to 6 inches because I do not need all of it. Now this is the same as the one we've already done, so I won't use that one. Oh, isn't that ironic? Actually 4 pieces is probably sufficient. So let's go with 4. We're going with 4 pieces because much more than that is going to be too much. So let's see. I think that's quite a nice edge, as in it's a darkish bit of paper. And the other side is all dark, so that's fine. Then I'm going to do all the stamping and then I'll do all of the putting together. Right, so we don't want it to go too far up the paper, but I do want a definite edge first. So this is going to be my first piece, I think. And then we're going to have very, very thin gaps. So it's going to be kind of like that. Is that going to come too far down? No, that's going to be about right. I might have to go a little bit further up with some of them. So, seal. Only 9 viewers. Ooh. My thought process is people don't like non-Stampin' Up. How interesting. Now if I run out of space, that I'm cool with that. Actually, I'm going to have that on a line, and then I'm going to have this on a line that way. Oops. I'm going to go a little bit further into my card, because ideally I want to miss that bit at the end which tore not quite right. So and you saw that I have already put down a piece of seal at the very bottom of this card, so that is stuck properly. So next up is this one, and again I'm going to go square to what's there already, and if any of the bits overlap, that's cool. As in, if that happens, so that comes above, I'm cool with that. Can you tell I'm concentrating because I've gone quiet? Last piece. And I put quite a lot on there because this is going to be the last piece to go on, and I want to make sure that I catch the whole, the bottom bit. Right, I'm going to bring in some non-stick scissors. And by non-stick I mean that the glue doesn't stick to them, so they clean nicely. And I'm just going to trim all of these layers off. Now, assuming that I manage to get it all finished in time, at the weekend, so on Saturday, I'm intending to share a mini album that I've made for our neighbour, who, if you remember last Saturday, I told you that they're due to have a son. So I've made a card using the Little Dreamers stamp set. That's not very clever. And I'm making a mini album, and I thought I would share how I made the hinge bit and how I made the pages. There we go, that's a bit better. Right, so we've got all our backgrounds, so now I'm going to do all our stamping, and then we're going to put it all together because I need to do die cutting as part of the stamping. So I got, let's just get rid of that because that's irrelevant. Right, so what Altenew do is they go, this is ABC cat, and then you go, you find the matching bit, so A1, B1, C1, B2. So it's quite easy to pop them together. But first of all, I'm going to do all of the outlines. They work exactly the same as Stampin' Up photopolymer, so nothing particularly different there. So those of you who are demos, Are you ordering lots from the new mini album? Have you got your shopping list? How do you feel about having no Halloween in the new mini album? Because I have got a copy of the mini album because I was still a demo at the point where they were sent out to demos. So I do have a copy, and there is no Halloween in the new mini album. That's our first little... Aren't they cute? I know I'm a cat person, but they are so cute. So there's only one that's not being used, which is the one of the cat lying on its back. But yes, let me know your views on Halloween generally, and whether you are okay that there's no Halloween in the mini album, you think it's a mistake, you think it's a great idea. I would love to know. So as ever, I do just rub my hand over the stamp before I use it, just to make sure that there's no residue anywhere. There's quite a bit of Halloween in the online exclusives, the last set of online exclusives. So if you are into Halloween, I would say online exclusive is where you want to go. Or the Haunted House kit. Right, so that I will actually do the 5th one, I just won't be using it. Let's just see what they all look like. So yeah, I would love to hear your views on Halloween. I mean, it's not it's becoming more popular in the UK. Hello, Janice. Halloween in online exclusives. Yes, I know. That's what I was, yeah, just saying. It's an interesting decision, bearing in mind that most Stampin' Up demos are in North America, which means most customers are in North America. I mean, you know, if we're talking the USA and Canada, that is a huge number of potential customers. And as it's, for my head, a more North American holiday, do we really call it a holiday? I just find it an interesting decision to have not put Halloween in the mini catalogue. Let's just pop these back. And then we can fill in their bodies. So you could obviously use alcohol markers to colour if you wish, but I do like a layering stamp set. So let's start with this one up here. So I want all the A's, B's and C's. That's a B. So it's those. A, B, C. Now I did do a trial of some of the colours. Got them a little bit wrong, just saying. Beverly's into Halloween. Are you in North America, Beverly? Just out of idle curiosity. I'm just seeing if my theory that it is a more North American than rest of the world is right or not. Okay, so the colours that they have suggested are a kind of dark grey, a kind of, well, they call it mocha, which actually is quite a good description, a paler grey, and this kind of orange. So I'm going copper clay for my mocha, peach pie for my orange, grey granite for my light grey, and pebble path for my dark grey. So I want A1, which is one of these. Which one is it? Is it that one? No, that's C. Okay. That's A1. Right, so A1 is going to be in Pebbled Path. Oh, Beverly, yes, everyone does ask what, doesn't ask what you want. That said, I think if you ask most of Europe, they'd say, Halloween, really? No. So, Elaine is not into Halloween. And where are you based, Elaine? A lot of folk in the States don't like the scary things. Oh, okay. Mary's not ordering till the end of the month. You want to try to order the Seasons of Elegance, but there are problems with delivery. Oh, so it's not in yet. That's sad. Okay, so this is bubbling. So I'm going to clean the stamp. I have used it once already. Interesting that it's bubbling. Let me find that. So I'm going to clean the stamp kind of like that before I clean it like that. So I'm going to take this opportunity to do all of these because I'm thinking these bubble. Be interesting to see what happens as I go through. Okay, so which one was it? This one. It's this one. Right, so this covers, and oh, it's still bubbling. Interesting. An ear, a cheek, and its feet, and the bottom of its tail. So what I'm doing is lining up the ear, top left, and the tail, bottom left, bottom right even. And theoretically, if you line up 2 points, everything else should work. Love and Adore Halloween and the Day of the Dead Sugar Skulls. Oh, interesting, Beverly. I do like the look of a sugar skull, but it is a bit scary. So that's that colour. Then I want the mocha-ish one, which is copper clay. And this is an ear and an eye. Oh, that's better. I think it might have been that Pebble Path was fairly well inked. So I'm going for an ear and the tip of its tail as my 2 things to line up. Oh, is that the problem, Mary? That it's not, that all of it's not available, just some of it. Oh, I had a little bubble. Never mind. Okay, I'm going to just grab my copper clay pen so that I can fill in that little blob. So that's that one. Hello, Lorraine from Australia. They are very cute. Various punches and dies have not yet arrived. Yeah, they'll be coming all the way from China, which will probably be why. So this one must be this, yes, and is going to be grey granite. How are we doing for time? Okay. So grey granite, a much lighter ink. So I'm going for ear and tip of tail. Oh, interesting. It should be okay. Just got to twist it a little. So I could, if I wanted, colour these like our 3 cats, because we have 3 cats. So I could do a black, a tortoiseshell, and a white and black, which would be quite cute. Oh, and I need the bow tie as well. So this is Peach Pie for its neckerchief. And I need the bow tie, which is a tiny, weeny, teeny, diddly, diddly, biddly little. I'm going to put it on that block. So this is a really tiny, tiny, tiny stamp. Wonder how long I'll actually have this stamp before I lose it. So that's the first set of cats. Let's let's do a quick cleaning up job and then we'll go on to our next cats. So, what are your favourite products from the new Mini? Assuming they're all in stock, and I know that not everything is in stock everywhere, but assuming they were all in stock, what would you be ordering? I'm just fascinated to know what's popular. And do you think what you like will be what your customers like? Oh, and I was thrilled to see that my very good friend Lotte, who is in the Netherlands, as is Mary, has earned the incentive trip. She has worked so hard. I am so thrilled for her. Right, okay, so next up we're going to do this little stretchy cat. So he's D. Yep, he's D, so I need D. That's D. And this, he's a kind of ginger-ish, apparently. And I am going to clean my stamp before I use it. If I can find my stamp cleaner, there we go. Oh, and I need the, actually I'm only going to clean it on this side. I'm going to need the ball of wool as well. So, I'm going to go peach pie again. So if you are enjoying seeing me, you know, just have some fun, a thumbs up is always appreciated. If you are new to my channel, there will be Stampin' Up, there'll be non-Stampin' Up, all sorts of things. Scrapbooking, card making. So if you would like to see a variety of things, do please subscribe. So tip of tail and ear. So yes, I would love to know what you like in the new mini catalogue. So that's our ginger two-tone. So then we need copper clay for our back. And that is E. And then I'm thinking I can, that's E. Is that E? No, that's not E. Yes, it is. And then I'm thinking I can probably die cut everything at once, which will help with speed. So, copper clay, and then I can pop everything together. Yay! Oh, you're all being so quiet today. I mean, it's not a problem, it's just you're very quiet. So, tip of tail, tip of ear. I think I might be a little bit far down. Oh no, that's right. And that's going to die back, as in dry back. Die back. I'm just going to refresh the chat, which means I'll probably lose it for a moment. Sometimes the chat doesn't automatically refresh for me. So that's that one. Then we're going to do the rolling on its back. So that's that. Rolling on its back is F. Oh no, you're just being very quiet. Could someone just say you can still hear me? Because I can't see any comments at all, which is a little concerning. Bum, bum, bum. Ooh, which colour shall I use for that? Ooh. Ooh. It's not got the colour that I was thinking. Okay. I'm going to go early espresso. It's not the colour that I really wanted, but it'll be fine. Right, so this one has, oh no, it's got stripes on its head. So tip of tail, and darker colours are always harder to line up. So yes, if someone would please comment, I would be very grateful. There we go, so that's the one we're not actually going to be using. But it's pretty cute. So this is the last one, which I need light grey. Yeah. So, oh, I've lost a viewer. Hey ho. I will just check that I can still see the feed on my phone, because I'm all slightly concerned. Ooh, so I'm not seeing the comments. Right, so we've got things that I've oh, we're back, hurrah! So Beverly hasn't slept tonight. Oh no! Patricia, the house stamp and punch set is what you've ordered. That is so cute. Debbie is in the USA and she can hear me still. Crafting while watching is for Janice. Mary has a few favourites and will definitely order the DSP Making a Difference. I think that is such a nice DSP. This time I like it very much, yep. Amazing Me can hear me. And can you ever have too many pet stamps? Oh, Debbie, I agree. I agree. Can you? Right, so the last one I need is G1, which is that one. And then I am going to need a couple of little stamps, I suspect. Oh, and we're back to 18 viewers. That's always nice. So yes, if you do enjoy watching my madness, a thumbs up is always appreciated, as is a subscribe. And once this is over, this live is over, I will be adding the... Ooh, that's the middle of its forehead. Okay. I will be adding the link for those of you in the UK. I'll be adding the link to my D-Stash group, which is a Facebook group. Sadly, I can't run it, my D-Stash, in more than one place. I will be listing a few things on eBay, but they will be things that aren't on my D-Stash group. But my big thing with my D-Stash is I just want things to go to a home where they're going to be used, and I won't be using them, so I'd rather they went somewhere useful. Right, now I do need my ball of wool. For one of them, and then we're going to die cut everything and we'll be good to go. Right, where's my black? There's my black. So Lorraine has ordered the Nests of Winter, Splendid Autumn, the Regal Winter Suite. Is that the one with all the gold foil? Oh, that's the wrong stamp. That is just divine. I'm sorry, but that is beautiful. Redeemed some coupons, now banished from the bank card. Oh, I love it. Right, I'm using Balmy Blue for the ball of wool. There we go. But yeah, that Regal paper, if that is the one with the gold foiling on it, I think is the word I'm looking for. I'm looking for my stamp cleaner and it's here. I was looking for it in the place where it's supposed to live and it wasn't there. Right, okay, so this is going to be a question of, if you're watching me, particularly on the replay, have you persevered to the very end of the video to see me put the cards together? Because, you know, a bit of a tidy for let me grab the dies, and I'm going to, ooh, that's a mess. Have I got filthy hands? No? Okay. Let's put them the right way up, shall we? So I am going to add some low tack tape. Okay, Caroline, so how do you, what's the key? Assuming that you don't have a stamp positioning tool, and obviously I'm not using one. I do have one, but I'm not using one. The key is to line up just 2 points. So to start with, I would do your outline stamp in a dark colour. So obviously I've used black. And then it would be easier to line this one up than this one. Lining up through a dark ink is quite tricky. But what I do is I line up just 2 places. If you try and look at more than 2 places, you are going to end up going cross-eyed. So I would line up, say, the tip of its tail and the ear, and if those 2 bits are lined up, everything else should just happen. Hello, Barbara. This is an Altenew stamp set called Cat Life. So it's from Altenew. I got it from scrapbooking.com in the States, because I actually order quite a lot of stuff from America. What is quite useful now with ordering from some overseas countries, not all, is that they will collect the tax that's due at the point at which you order. I do still have to remember that I need to add the tax. Do give it a try, Caroline, but as I say, start with dark outline and light infill, and you'll find it much, much easier than trying to do a dark colour. And just, so for this I would do maybe the ear and the tip of the tail. It's not beautifully lined up, but it's good enough. And remember, it doesn't have to be 100% perfect. Done is better than perfect is one of my sayings. And the more you do it, the better you will get at doing it. So last one, and then we can feed the whole thing through in one go, and then pop the cards together. So I've got 2 whole dies left. So there we go. I need that and that. And where's my top plate? There's my top plate. And here's an admission. So I use these scrapbook.com Magic Matte. You stamp the infill first. That would work too, Barbara. Absolutely, that would work too. Right, so these will all fit on my plate. So I can do these in one pass, and because they're stuck down, they should stay in place. Oh, Debbie. Oh, 100 degrees. You're in Kansas, so I would imagine that's quite muggy. Thank you for joining me. But yes, so Barbara, you're right. Caroline, you could do the infill first. And that would be easier if you're using a dark infill. As in, if you're... Oh, hang on, I've left a bit behind. Oh, come on, there we go. Yeah, so if you're using a dark infill, so like this one, definitely stamping the infill before you do the outline would be a great idea. So these are all popping out nicely. It's interesting to see how other products work. I would say it's not as deep a cut as a Stampin' Up die, but it's working. And I have put a lot through in one pass, which can reduce the pressure. So I was catching up with a very good friend of mine who's local yesterday, and we were talking about die cutting, and particularly for intricate dies. Oops, that's on the floor, I'll pick it up later. How to get intricate dies to cut well. To which the answer is, don't know how these go back in. To it, the answer is keep turning them around in all sorts of ways. Yeah, do try both ways. Where did the mat come from, Jean? It came from scrapbook.com, which is in the States. So yes, that's where it came from. I'm thinking that needs to go at more of an angle. I may just pop these on here for the moment and worry about where they go later, because you don't want to watch me putting those back. That is boring. Right, okay, so we've got this one we're not using. I'll pop him up there. So let me bring back in my backgrounds, which I've hidden under here. So this one, we have got this little chap, and I do need to do the sentiments, and he's got his ball of stuff. Now, these are clear stamps, so I'm going to do that thing that can be scary, which is stamp straight onto the background. Kay is in Kansas too. 104 degrees yesterday, but I hate winter, so that's okay. Fair enough. I'm just really depressed about the fact that we're now on the downhill to winter in the UK. Well, in the Northern Hemisphere. Right, before I pop that down, I'm going to do the hope you have a perfect day. It's that one. And I'm going to bring in my piece of scrap just to make sure that everything stamps nicely before I stamp it in anger. Yep, it's perfect. I know it's sad, isn't it? There we go. Hope you have a perfect day. And then we can put our ball of wool on. Obviously I've got to put these on card bases, which I will be doing momentarily. So that's that one. We've then got our diagonal leaves, which gets Stretchy Cat. And Stretchy Cat gets you on Meowtastic. Which is tiny, teeny tiny. Come on, come along, I know you're there. Sorry to give you my arm. are meowtastic. So that's going to go down at the bottom here. Just use more like it's over the top of it. Can I see what I'm doing? I'm going to turn it this way because that way I can probably see what I'm doing better. Possibly not. So yeah, this is on the wrong block for me because I can't see the edge of the stamp. So let's clean that and try a different block. So the edge of the block was getting in the way of where I was stamping, so I couldn't see where I was stamping. This, however, is much easier because I can see the bottom of my card. You are meowtastic. And if you're wondering why I keep closing the lid of the black, it's because otherwise I will put my fist in it, because that's just the kind of thing I do. Oh, Barbara, absolutely, I agree 100%. I love Stampin' Up as well. I love the colour coordination. It has a lot going for it, but there are other things as well. Now, here's the thing. Did you know, because I didn't, as a Stampin' Up demonstrator, which at the moment I am not, you can still, I'm just going to use some edge, you can still share projects made with non-Stampin' Up products as long as you don't actively promote them. By which I mean, I can say I'm using if I was still a demo, I'm using an Altenew stamp set. Isn't it cute? Isn't it lovely? Isn't it wonderful? And so long as I don't say, and here's a link to where you can buy it, that's fine. And I didn't know that. And indeed, now that I do know that, I can see a lot of Stampin' Up demos sharing projects with other things. Caroline purchased SU white cardstock, cuts perfectly using the trimmer, but tried cutting different make of card, but not such a clean cut. Is the SU trimmer only to be used with SU products? No. That means that the other card just isn't very good. So it's got more fibre. I'd also I would also question two things. Did you cut Stampin' Up card and immediately somebody else's cardstock? So was the blade as near as it can be the same with both cuts? Because if your Stampin' Up blade is getting dull, it will cut furry or fuzzy. Also, are you talking about the thick white or the smooth white? This is smooth white because one has more fibre in it than the other. So that's our first two backgrounds. Yeah, so you may find that it's because the other cardstock has just got more fibre in it. So things like our basic black, it's not mine anymore, has more fibre in it. Yes, it did. Yes, you did. Okay, so I would say it's to do with the card, not the trimmer. Smooth white card will always cut smoother than thick. Right, so I need always thinking about you, my friend, which is this really long one. So that I'm going to just leave to relax for a short while I grab a longer block. So yes, it can be the card if you've got a more fibrous card, but smooth white is going to be the easiest to cut because it's very well compressed, so the fibres are closer together. So that's going to go about there. So, ooh, I'm going to be, I'm going to offset the sentiment, because I'm not sure that's going to be straight, and it's not. Okay, so I'm going to cheat. So I've got a bit of, oh, actually that's thinner. No, that's not white. Ooh, I wonder if I can get it on there. I can't. No, I can, but I can't. There's a reason. I'll explain what I'm talking about in a minute. So because it was crooked, that's going to be a big problem for me. Hello, Louise from Manchester, England. Some of the demos who have recently left become affiliates with several companies. Yes, they have. I know Wendy Crawford, Wendy anyway. She has. I can kind of see where she's coming from. I mean, she and I coincidentally were demos for about the same length of time. So this is the Happy Little Things die set from Stampin' Up. And I'm going to stretch it. So I am going to pop that there and wrap that round. You may think I'm mad wrapping it. It will become apparent why in a moment. I think there may come a point at which, if you're a real avid crafter, all brands become a bit sameish. Right, so I'm not going all the way through. Ah, definitely still crafting, and I will rejoin. So I've not gone all the way through that die, or all the way along that die, because I want to stretch it. Come on. Oh, for crying out loud. Off. So yeah, I think every manufacturer gets a bit into, not into a rut, that's unkind, but they have a look, and I'm already seeing things that were new to me when I first joined Stampin' Up that I'm now seeing coming round again. So similar products. So I can see why people who are avid crafters might want to move away from the same manufacturer all the time. Now here's an admission. This is my second lot of Happy Little Things dies. I know I've got a second pack somewhere, because it was my first pack and I lost it. It's so small. So I'm going to have to be very careful to not lose this one. Right, so that can then go over that card base here. So that's going to go over there and straight. You know. Those will fit. So I think a lot of the top demos will keep going purely because they're earning trips, they're earning quite a bit of money, all those sorts of things, and I don't begrudge that at all. After all, I earned the trips. I'm very open with the reason I left, and it's because I was just doing too much. And and suddenly it's straight. Oops. So yeah, I think it's a bit crazy how demos can show cards products prior to a certain date. Oh, Caroline, don't get me started on that one. Yes, that is mad. Here, look at this lovely project I've just made with something I can't show you in the catalogue. I think it's partly to cut down on the possibility of other companies like Temu nicking ideas, so breaking copyright. I think that's part of it. But it does seem a bit strange. Right, so this is the last background bit that I've got to do. Then we will quickly put cards together. If I can find my black, there we are. So I will be using different coloured card bases. Almost central, not quite, but almost. Right, okay. I need that. But dare I say, if them's the rules, and you either stick to them or don't. I have always been a rule follower. I worked in compliance for many years, making sure that other people stuck to the rules. Right, so copper clay, peach pie, ooh, grey granite, pebbled path. So that looks, yep, so that's half a sheet, pebbled path. Ooh, copper clay, I'm going that way. Copper clay. So I might go early espresso for that one and the peach pie. Where are you? I haven't had time to put all of my cards into plastic wallets yet. Peach pie and early espresso, I said. E. Oh, I'm going to go that way. That's what I've got. No. No, those were something else. Those were something else. Come on. Right, here we go. Let's do rapid fire backgrounds and then we're done. Phew! So, quick way to do two card bases, and it doesn't matter if you want to do short and fat or long and thin. You score once and you cut once. So you score once and you cut once. So I only need one of each of those. Oh, what do you know? That's already there. Hey ho. So we've slightly overrun, for which apologies. Oh, that needs scoring. Is it half a sheet? No, it's more than half a sheet. What colour is the yellow card? This card is peach pie. Or do you mean this colour? So do you mean the one that's on the plaid or the card base? The one with the plaid is lemon lolly. Lemon lolly? Lemon lolly. Lemon lolly? I'm sure it's called lemon lolly. Yes, lemon lolly, and that's peach pie. So lemon lolly is a standard colour. Peach pie is an in colour. In colour, in colour. So this is the new in colours. These are the ones that will be going next year. So which way around was I going? That's early espresso. So that's going on that one. That's going on that one. This is going on that one. And this is going on that one. Right. Okay. Yeah, peach pie. Ooh. Oh, finished a reel. No, I haven't. It's just got all gunged up. It got gunged up. Every now and again it does. So, obviously these will need liners, and that's the perfect place to use those little stamps. Now I'm going to be careful not to press too hard on this because it's embossed, so I don't want it to squish the embossing. And those are 4 cards using Cat Life from Altenew with Stampin' Up products. And why do I sometimes go around the outside and sometimes across the middle? Who knows? And then I'll do something with that one later. So let's see if I can get them all in shot. Oh, I'll come slightly over that one. There we go. Yay! So there they are. So thank you very much for joining me today. Sorry we've overrun a bit. Hey, life. I will post these on my website later this week. Let's just pop that one up a bit as well. So yes, I'll pop these on my website later this week. I'll put the link to my D-Stash group in the description bar. If you would like, if you're in the UK and would like to have a look at that, please do. And until then, I will see you again. Oh, actually, let's do this properly. Thank you, Patricia. Thank you, Louise. So let's do this properly. Oh dear, never noticed one of my cats sitting on the stairs, wondering the reason for ignoring him. Oh, bless. So thank you so much for joining me today. If you've enjoyed it, a thumbs up. If you're watching the replay, you can do questions and comments below the description bar. Do remember to subscribe if you don't already. You can do that in the bottom right hand corner. And I will see you again recorded on Saturday. I do have a video coming up with why I've gone down the Memento ink in an uninked ink pad, and doing some comparison on that. It's not perfect from a viewing point of view, but if I link it to the website, to my website, it should work. Thank you, Mary. So thank you all very much indeed. I will see you again very soon.